Rebecca.
And this is
In Our Opinion.
And today we are going to be dealing with 3 topics. Uno, dos, tres.
Do it in French now.
Un, deux, trois.
I don't know any other languages. Ichi-ni-san. I know Japanese.
Try. That's, I think, German. Yeah. My dad
Ein,
used
zwei, try.
Yeah.
Oh, we are so American pronouncing
I
that.
know. If you're German, I'm sorry.
Forgive our Hoosier accents. First question comes from a former coworker who actually is the inspiration for starting this vlog. And the question is, should I or should I not get a colonoscopy?
Who doesn't want to talk about colonoscopies? They're very exciting.
But some people don't think so. In
No.
fact, I have very strong feelings about things going into my butt. Things should come out of the butt, not go in the butt. That is just my opinion. It's
yeah, like
no,
what the heck?
I don't think so. But what actually is a colonoscopy?
Right. So basically, and yes, it's a nasty concept. Who wants to talk about poop and all this? Ugh. But at the end of the day, guess what? If you don't have a happy stool and if you don't have a happy colon, then like your body is all messed up. And essentially a colonoscopy is just to take a closer look into the tissue of your colon, which is also aka the large intestine. It wraps around your small intestine and whatnot and leads to obviously your rectum. Now, colonoscopies are there as preventative medicine.
Okay. And what age should we start getting these?
Well, it depends. Usually for the everyday person who doesn't have any sort of disease or genetic issue or cancer or whatever, is age 50, regardless if you're male or female. And if you're not at high risk for any of those GI tract problems, then it's every 10 years. So really, it's not like it's every day or every year, like a mammogram or anything like that.
So I have 30 more years till I actually have to start worrying about this.
You have some time, Becky.
Okay. But it still leaves me thinking, yes, I know a little bit about colonoscopies, but what's the procedure like? I hear there's this really nasty drink you have to drink, and I don't want to drink that.
So
why do we drink it?
Before your procedure, before your colonoscopy, the doctor will give you a liquid of some sort, and basically it's a bunch of different concoction thing that you drink, and it's a strong laxative. So basically the idea is to flush out your system, essentially have a cleanse, which by the way people do all the time. It's a cleanse to get all the extra stuff out of your system so they can truly see the tissue as it is without any sort of block or anything. Now, when they look at the tissue, they're also looking for extra growth and other things that may look cancerous, may look like something else that probably shouldn't be there. So they'll take a biopsy or a little piece of the tissue into the lab from your intestine and then test it, look at it, and determine if it's cancerous, if it's benign, which means non-cancerous, or what exactly is it. And that's the benefit of the colonoscopy.
So basically this is a procedure to prevent something that could happen.
Exactly. As I talked about earlier, it's part of preventative medicine. Preventative medicine is newer in the field of medicine, and by newer, I'm talking about really it's gotten a lot of like power, a lot of power. I guess that's the best word to put it. Within the last 20-ish years. Other things of preventative medicine can include vaccinations and mammograms, testicular exams, pap smears, etc., etc. It's basically trying to keep the body from being ill by trying to detect things at a small, like a young process, or at an early stage. I guess that's a better way to put it, at an early stage. No matter what you put into your body, whether it's food, drink, medicine, procedures, whatever happens to your body, however your body works in its environment, there's always side effects, there's always risks. Anyone ever tells you, this is my opinion, but if anyone ever tells you, oh, take this medication, there are no side effects or no risk for taking this medication, run the other way. There's absolutely a risk in everything that you do in your life. So the risks of the colonoscopy are low. Very low. Statistically, you're going to wake up, you're going to be fine. You even might lose a couple pounds because you got the crap out of your intestines. You might be a little bloated or have some cramping and whatnot for the next couple days. But the benefits, again, opinion, outweigh the cost, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think so. However, I'm glad I'm still young and don't have to think about this for a while.
Research as a whole in preventative medicine and what is the best method for doing certain things in preventative medicine, the research is still relatively new, and so it's hard to determine what's going to be the best procedure or diagnostic tool to look at a specific thing.
30 years from now, they could have a whole new method going on where no invasiveness at all, which I would be fine with. Might turn my opinion around if technology does its job and fixes this probing the butt. In my opinion, what's yours?
I think as a whole, the medical field, specifically doctors, nurses, medical professionals, do not get into medicine to make money. I know that there's an argument out there saying, well, the reason why we prescribe colonoscopies to everyone and we just make them do it, which people are not made to do things to their body that they don't want to. People need to do research and figure out what they want to do. Doctors don't do that stuff just because they get a kickback. Yes, some doctors might do that. But most of the time, doctors are in medicine to help people. And if their superiors or if the research is there saying, yes, this is something that we should do, then you should do it. Going along with that, is it worth defying the colonoscopy to gamble your life? And I mean...
And
yes,
it's your gamble.
It is your gamble, absolutely. But the thing is that if we're saying that, hey, this is helping see what could be wrong in your body, such as cancer, which if you ever say cancer to someone, they're automatically like, oh my gosh, this is super serious.
Which everything these days has cancer in it, so.
We live in a very cancerous society. A lot of carcinogens or things that can cause cancer live in our society. Our environment, are you never going to take a breath again? Well, then you're putting yourself at risk for cancer if you're breathing because our air quality is not great, etc., etc. And it's hard to keep that stuff away from yourself, borderline impossible to keep carcinogens away. But I would rather throw some money at someone who may be taking me for a ride, but in the long run could be helping me not have colorectal cancer, than saying, I think you're wrong and I'm not going to throw my money at you, and then literally gamble your life. Because cancer is hard to detect sometimes.
I think that's a valid point.
And that's what that's just my opinion. I would rather throw the money at something that's not going to help me than put my life at risk. So
I think I'm a little more of a risk taker than you are. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what the future holds.
So yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of cancers and
Starbucks. And Starbucks.
This brings us to our next topic of Christmas. Now, what do those three things all have in common?
Candy, cookies, non-organic stuff into our bodies.
Yes.
Happens at Christmas.
Yes. So this is it's kind of more my rant of Christmas. It's done. It's over with. Woo! I have 365 more days until I have to deal with it again. Now, why am I being such a Grinch about this, Cassie?
Tell us, Becky.
I will tell you. It is because over the years, when you're a kid, there's still the holiday joy. You get gifts and you get the things to do things that you never get to do the rest of the year, like Christmas trees.
You get to watch Santa and reindeer on
reindeer.
TV.
All these things don't happen the other days of the year, which is kind of exciting. But when you get to our age, and I sound old saying this,
20-somethings,
and you realize the spoiler alert, magic of Christmas isn't as magical as it was as a kid. It kind of loses that touch, so then you have to kind of re-find that magic. And for me, I'm struggling with finding that magic.
Yeah.
I wanted it to be all about family. I wanted it to be a celebration of family and that I get to see people that I haven't seen for a while and less about the presents. Getting presents is fun. It's exciting.
Gifts are nice.
But then I realized I also have the responsibility of having to give gifts, which for a poor college student is very burdensome.
With not full-time jobs.
Yeah, it's very burdensome. But at least in my family, there's this kind of drive to one-up somebody on the presents, or at least get everybody presents. And for my family, we are a big family.
Yeah,
I can't afford all of that.
Yeah, I have 20 cousins on one side.
So I'm still trying to I'm struggling with the meaning of Christmas. So for you, what is the meaning of Christmas?
Well, my parents have always put a huge emphasis on making it not about the consumer part of Christmas and more about the family. And
which I think society in general is starting to struggle with as well, because we are a consumer culture, and not everybody who celebrates Christmas has that religious aspect to it, or Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever other winter holidays you want to celebrate.
Exactly.
And you can put your opinion here, because I'd like to hear it of what do you think your holiday celebration meaning is? Why do you do it? Do you feel it more as consumeristic or family oriented? Because I really want to know. And the one thing that this past holiday everybody was upset about was the Starbucks controversy, the red cup controversy. And this is where we both have a little opinion about.
We do.
It's still a Christmas color.
Look at the red and the green.
It's red. It's green. The thing I like about this, which I think was a great idea, is it's a freaking blank canvas. Who cares if there's no stars or baby Jesus on here? You know what you can do? You can go in, get whatever coffee, tea, whatever you usually get at Starbucks, and all you have to do is just bring along your friend Sharpie, and you can doodle on the cup yourselves, just like this. Da da da! See?
Merry Christmas with little Mary and a little cross.
Wow, you went all
I am not an autiste.
But hey, you just made your own Christmas holiday cup. It's unique. It's you. I did a reindeer with a Charlie Brown Christmas tree and stars or snow or whatever you want to do.
That's true.
Make it. And that was actually quite fun. So you can sit in Starbucks, and instead of you and your friend, if you went and you're just playing on your phones, you can have face-to-face conversations while doodling on your Starbucks cup, and it's really, really fun. And you don't have to make a big fuss about, well, they didn't put the real meaning of Christmas on their cups. Newsflash, as far as I know, Starbucks is not a religious associated business. It's not
Not at all. Not at all. Do your research.
It does its own thing. And you even pointed out, they can make them blue. They didn't have to make them red and green. So you kind of, Christmas people who were upset, got your way on this one.
It was all political. I mean, why? What? I didn't even know that this was a thing until someone brought it up to me, and they were like, did you know Starbucks is against Christmas? And I was like, what? They got the red cup, which is different than the white cup.
Which, they're promoting artists here, people.
It's just one of those things that, like, it was a political move, and move on with your life. Like, don't waste your time.
And do we want politicalness involved in our holiday season?
Exactly, which is a whole nother rant.
That's another rant.
But that's another day.
We'll save it for later. Let's move on to something semi-related to Christmas, and that is something we all love. Well, at least we love it. It's chocolate!
It's chocolate! And the health benefits and wonderful
health benefits.
history of chocolate. So, Becky,
Yes.
where did chocolate start and how did it evolve to what we know as it today?
Well, it's actually thousands and thousands of years old.
Yeah.
Like, this is not a new thing. Unlike colonoscopies, this is a really, really old concept, and it didn't start off in our Hershey's chocolate bars.
No, it did not.
It started off with drinking it, and it's called drinking chocolate. We know it today as hot chocolate, but not the same recipe. This started in South America with what we claim the Mayans are the earliest archaeological record we have of this. But basically, it comes from a tree. Did you know that? Chocolate grows on trees. Unlike money, chocolate grows on trees. So, boom, right there, it's already healthy because it's a plant.
We just make it unhealthy.
We just make it unhealthy because the earliest forms of chocolate didn't have two things. It didn't have milk and it didn't have sugar, which unfortunately for our modern society is what we all love about chocolate. Those are actually the two things that are not good for you in chocolate.
What? Sugar isn't good for you?
No, right?
Yeah.
Natural sugar maybe, but not the kind of sugar we put in. Now, if you've ever heard the Swiss claim that they invented chocolate, that's not entirely true. They invented milk chocolate. And then turn of the century 1900s, that's when the Hershey's factories and all the other chocolate factories made it possible for all people to be able to enjoy chocolate. Because did you know only royalty could have chocolate?
What?
It was only reserved
I am not
for
a princess?
royal people. Thanks to Hershey and Mars companies and all the other companies and those high classy expensive companies that give us chocolate.
Ferrero Rocher.
Yeah. Now everybody can have chocolate. But there is a difference between the kind of chocolate you eat, dark chocolate and milk chocolate.
I was going to say, what is the difference? I know we see those percentages, and then you just see milk chocolate as a whole, and you're like, wait, why can't that have percentages?
The percentages are what classy chocolatiers we call junk chocolate only has 15% cacao butter in it.
And that's the milk chocolate, right?
Milk chocolate is junk chocolate. It's really tasty, but it's really, really bad for you too. Yeah. The dark chocolate is actually really good for you. It has a lot of health benefits.
Yeah, absolutely. And when we say dark chocolate, we're talking about 60% and higher.
60% or higher.
Yes, and the percentage will actually be on the package. I like the darker the better. And actually, from a health perspective, that is what is better for you. I like an 86% as a minimum for my dark chocolate because I really like that chocolate taste. And eventually you can train yourself to get up to a higher percentage.
I can't do 80. That's a little too bitter for me.
I love it.
I'm still at 60. And the other thing, I consider 3 classifications of chocolate. You have your dark chocolate, the good chocolate, the junk chocolate, which is your milk chocolate, and then the white chocolate.
Which isn't real.
It legally cannot be called chocolate because it has no percentage of actual cacao butter in it.
So you can sue someone.
Don't sue anyone.
Don't sue. We do
no.
not. No.
No suing.
That's not very nice.
It's not nice and overdone. But back to chocolate. It's really good. And besides all the health benefits, there's all the psychological benefits to it as well, which there's different debates about if the psychological part of it is proven. For instance, as we all know, chocolate has a history of being an aphrodisiac.
Chocolate and wine.
Is that just a placebo effect, or is it really something that turns you on? Let us know in the comments below.
Yeah.
Chocolate turns you on.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You'll see.
I don't know. It turns me on to more chocolate. That's for sure.
I think it might be the sugar.
Oh, yeah, sugar. It's that happy effect. It makes you happy and you want more happiness.
Well, studies are showing that it can boost serotonin levels, and serotonin is a mood enhancer. So, I mean, serotonin is naturally in the body. So, it can potentially.
The sad thing, though, about chocolate is that you can share it with your friends, but you can't share it with your furry friends because it has something in it called, correct me on my pronunciation, Cassie, theobromine?
Theobromine.
Ha-ha! Theobromine.
Look at her.
Which,
she's catching on.
I'm catching on to this medical stuff. It's great. Theobromine is what makes dark chocolate dangerous for your pets. But theobromine is what makes your pets sick, cats and dogs. So don't feed your pets chocolate. It's a people thing. it's not a
It
pet
affects
thing.
with the nervous system. Your dog can end up having seizures or some brain issues. So it's really important not to allow that in their vicinity.
So share it with your people friends, not your pet friends.
And when we talk about chocolate, I think it's important. I have dark chocolate every single day. And it can help lower your cholesterol or increase the good cholesterol too. There are some studies pointing to that. But it's important, everything in moderation.
Everything in moderation. I don't eat chocolate every single day. But I do, I think, overindulge every other week in chocolate.
It's okay.
But everything in moderation, just as long as you're an active person. But
yeah, get out there and get your 10,000 steps in, guys. Goal.
Sure, 10,000. Set your goal to something. But yeah, I think we've discussed colonoscopies, Christmas, chocolate. Those are our 3 things. Something we want to talk about, something we want to get off our chest, and something we all love.
And leave your comments in the comment box below. Please be respectful.
Yes, be respectful and give us suggestions for our next vlog. We look forward to it. Cheers.
I'm Cassandra.
And I'm Rebecca.
And this is In Our Opinion.
Mama, she said, roll